Sean motherfucking Ogle of SeanOgle.com. Today we're going to talk about hacking the high life. We're going to leave that in, I don't give a shit. We're going to talk about his product, Hacking the High Life, and this product is awesome, mainly because we're actually living this product as we speak. We're in Playa del Carmen, we have some beers going. We are in this crazy penthouse apartment, 2 different levels on it, with a beach view. We have a private pool down there. Well, it's not private for us, it's private for the apartment complex, but it's still private in some ways. There's like entertainment center, 2 big bedrooms. It's insane. This place is incredible. We have one of the nicer places probably in Playa del Carmen, and we're spending $100 a night. And we got this place without leveraging Sean's blog. None of this stuff. We're doing it kind of using some of the principles that Sean's going to outline for us here with his Hacking the High Life product. So things are going sweet. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much for all of this.
Wouldn't be the same without you guys.
Yeah. So basically, we got this place. It's like $100 a night. It should be $400 to $600 a night easily. Yeah. And so, Sean, first of all, kind of tell us how did we go about getting this place and kind of relate it to Hacking the High Life?
Okay. Well, first up, let's talk about what Hacking the High Life is. You guys might be like, what does that mean? So my whole life, I've been enamored with luxury, 5-star, hotels, travel. It's just kind of been my thing. And so when I quit my job a couple of years ago, I started doing a lot of traveling, and I was living, ramen profitable. I was like, going as cheap as possible. But I still found myself being like drawn to these nice places. I was living in Bangkok, and every once in a while we go to like some big fancy club or restaurant or something. I'd be like, this is awesome. How can I afford this? How can I live this lifestyle without being, a super baller, like millionaire or whatever? And I started realizing if you put yourself out there, really quickly you can attain all of this stuff. It's totally accessible to the average person. You just have to kind of know how to do it. So we're talking about this place in particular. There's a lot of different things in the program where I give you different strategies, examples of exactly how I've gone about doing it, but this one is a little more back to basics. It's pretty much about getting to know people. If you're in a foreign country, especially, I mean, this works anywhere, it works in your hometown, but if you're in a foreign country, it's much easier to meet people. If you meet other expats or other foreigners, especially if they're from, your home country, chances are you've got a lot in common with them. So the more you can talk and get to know them, the farther that's going to go. So just having a genuine interest in meeting people. And so that's what happened here is, we got to know a guy who's been here for the better part of a decade, and we started talking, and one thing led to another, and I was saying, hey, do you know any place that 4 guys can stay that's relatively cheap here in Playa? And he started kind of going through his mental Rolodex, and he's like, well, a friend of ours is out of town, they don't normally rent their place out, but let me see what I can do. And so we ended up getting this private condo that's absolutely incredible for next to nothing. I mean, I think we were paying, what, 25 bucks a piece? Yep. All because we took the time to genuinely get to know someone and, care about their needs, care about what they wanted to talk about, and we were just, that interested in it. And, there's a lot more that goes into Hacking the High Life. This particular case, kind of did involve a little bit of being in the right place at the right time, but that is, a very important thing to think about is you have to put yourself in the right place at the right time in order for this stuff to happen. And a lot of people are just more comfortable sitting on the couch and they don't want to do it. And so, while they're doing that, we're sitting here drinking our beers and hanging out in Playa del Carmen. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like ballers. What exactly is Hacking the High Life? I mean, it's going to be a membership site where you can log in. How are you going to deliver this thing?
So Hacking the High Life is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time because I've started putting all of these things into practice. I've got dozens of stories about how I've done it, and I wanted to find a way to share it with people. And so I thought about just starting, a regular blog and writing about it. But one of the things is when you start working with companies and different PR agencies, for me to, basically give them exposure, things like that. They don't want, me saying, oh, he got everything for free and all that kind of stuff because, then everyone else is going to try and do the same thing. So I said, okay, well, the public blog is out. So basically, I decided I was essentially going to make a private blog. Hacking the High Life is a private blog. There is some free material on there. You'll see some free articles, but you pay 15 bucks a month and you get access to everything. So all of my strategies, all of the different email swipe files I've got, all the different case studies, guest posts from other people who have done their own, Hacking the High Life strategies. It's everything from how I got a $1,200 a night villa in Bali for free, to how I took, you know, a practically free ski vacation to Vail last month. I mean, it's all over the map. And so, you know, this is just kind of my way to talk about something that's genuinely interesting to me. Help other people do the same thing, because you don't necessarily want to be a millionaire. Nobody, I mean, sure, everyone wants to be a millionaire, but you don't need to be. You know, it's like if you just put a little bit of time and effort into some of these strategies, you can live like a millionaire and have stories that your friends would kill for. And, you know, that's kind of been the fun part. And especially when you can share it with your friends like we're doing here, you know, that makes everything better. And so I want to see more people going out, you know, living this lifestyle and just having cool things come from it.
So $15 for that a month is like retardedly cheap.
$15 a month with that, you know, you're getting 1 to 2 posts a week, and these are like in-depth, you know, 1 to 2,000 word posts. Exclusive videos, you know, we shot a video out here on the balcony that it was all about the idea of strategy and tactics that you guys can see on the inside. I do a monthly webinar where everyone can hop on, you can ask me questions, tell stories, you know, just kind of all hang out. So I really, you know, I didn't want to make it something that was totally inaccessible. You know, it's really part of the reason that it's paid is just so that I, you know, can make it private. So not everyone can do it, but you know,
that's a big part of it too. You know, so that it's not just everyone can do it. You know, there's a select group of people that are willing to put down some money that can do it.
Exactly.
And trust me, for $15 a month, if you're hacking your way into stuff like this, I keep looking this way because the beach is out that way. But all right, so I mean, my first thought when you first told me about hacking the high life was, well, you're Sean Ogle. You know, you have a big travel blog, or a, you know, blog based around travels, you know, in the theme of the blog. So how does a normal dude, a dude like me that doesn't necessarily, oh, I do have some travel stuff in mind, but how does the normal average guy that doesn't have a travel blog, what's kind of the general, I know that you go into that a lot in depth in the site, but how does he work around that? So
I do go into a lot of detail in the site. The most important thing you have to think about is how can you add value to a company or to an individual. And you know, we go into all sorts of different ways to explore that, and in particular, you know, how to gain exposure to their market that they're looking for. So, you know, for instance, when I took this ski trip to Vail, we were able to get $500 hotel room right in Vail Village for $150 a night. You know, it's like right in the peak of the season. And you're able to do that by saying, okay, what are they looking for? They're trying to get more people to come stay at their hotel. It's like, okay, what are some ways I can give them exposure? And you kind of went down the line and crafted emails that basically, you know, made it very clear that, hey, if you give us this discounted rate, we're going to make that money back for you 10 times over by giving you increased exposure. We teach you how to get companies exposure, even if you don't have any kind of blog or any kind of audience at all, which is kind of the fun part.
Which is kind of awesome.
It's kind of awesome.
Well, I think, I mean, anything else to say? I mean, I think we pretty much covered all the notes that I have. I just wanted to hop on here and brag a little bit. And,
you know, the bottom line, and that was definitely an issue I had with the site, is I don't want it to seem like I'm just traveling around the world doing this cool stuff and bragging about it, even though it is a lot of fun, and you know, it is kind of fun. But it's like this luxury lifestyle is just something I'm genuinely interested in. It's something, if you have ever had any interest in it, if you've ever had any interest in, you know, experiencing it, you know, check out the site. I really think you guys are going to like it. It's been a lot of fun to create. I'm much more candid. Like, you know, with Location 180, I censor myself a little bit. You know, it's still my personality, but, you know, with Hacking the High Life, I just kind of let it all hang out there and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is how you do it. This is how I've done it. And I want to hear your stories about how you're applying the same things. And it's a fun thing to be a part of. And I think hopefully all of you guys are interested in this kind of thing, and you like it. And I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, I think one thing that's cool is you kind of, if you start putting some focus and emphasis on trying to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And I get that probably starts with actually, you know, buying a membership. But if you start focusing on these different aspects, there's probably going to be some momentum that builds. And there's also just that conscious act of putting your mind towards trying to figure out these different hacks.
Yes.
For the high life stuff. I think that's like extremely valuable, you know.
And I'll leave you guys with one thing. This is the absolute most important part of this. 99% of people will never do anything. They'll be like, oh.
In life, or
no, they'll be like, oh, that sounds like a good idea, but I don't want to put the time in. I'm never going to do it. If you actually go a step farther and you actually take some of these ideas and put them into practice, and I mean, literally, we're talking like 2 hours a week, maybe. you will be amazed at the stuff you can make happen. I have been shocked over the last year how many cool, unbelievable experiences I've had just because I've asked. And it's finding mutual value, going out on a limb, asking for things, and you'll be amazed with what happens.
It's incredible what people will give you when you ask for it.
Yeah, here you go.
So cool. All right, that's it. That's the video. Thank you for watching. Go buy Hacking the High Life.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Or send me an email. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I'm happy to help.
Whatever you want to do.
Do whatever you want. And until then, I'm just going to